baccalaureate. I can't even say.
That's actually something I did instead of A-levels at school, so it's that kind of level. It's just before you go to university.
Oh, OK. Well, I skipped university, so obviously, no, I don't even know what that is. So have you got many languages at all?
I do speak French and a bit of German, so...
Fantastic.
That could come in handy, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So, Dylan, you're the actual property developer at the moment, and Helen, you're going in. How long have you been developing property?
I've been doing it full-time now for a couple of years, and before that I was sort of just dabbling in it while I was working, just trying to find the odd hour at the weekends to do it.
Was it a big step to go full-time?
It was, but it was sort of a push as well that I started to not enjoy my full-time job, and I just wanted to go and do it. I've always been meaning to do it, it's just a case of we just had to push. So.
Dylan, you say you put the odd hour in to begin with, but it isn't the odd hour, is it? It's quite a dedicated decision to make.
Yes.
So, I mean, how many hours were you putting in?
I was trying most weekends to just spend time actually getting my hands dirty, doing the painting, the work yourself.
And you obviously got, you know, a taste for it.
Enjoyed it, and I was lucky where the first property that I bought, it ended up going up quite a bit at the end of the boom, and I was able to sort of move on from there, really. So.
Now, you say that you're both friends and you're going into this together. I mean, where did you meet? Because obviously it's very good friendship if you're going to be investing together.
We actually met through a mutual friend who I went to university with.
OK.
Yeah.
Was it a date? I'm going to stop that line of questioning. Do you have any properties abroad at the moment?
I do. I've just bought one in Bulgaria. I bought it off plan, so I went over there a couple of summers ago. Very impressed with the place, and I just thought, yeah, definitely want to invest here.
So you're going to keep that place? You're not going to flip before it's completed?
No, no. I mean, it's just virtually about to be completed now, and I thought I'd just enjoy it as well, just have it as a holiday home for the next few months.
And was that your first property abroad?
That's right, yes.
And has that buying process been relatively easy?
It has been, yes, actually. It's easier than I thought it would be, yes.
I think that's the step that people make. When they make their first kind of investment abroad, they realise, actually, you're not dealing with another planet. You are actually dealing with something that's quite close to home, and it's not too bad.
How much have you got for this investment?
70,000.
70,000.
Yeah.
And what do you hope to get with that 70,000? Because by investment standards, it's still quite a low price at this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's just like an entry level where you'd like to buy like a one-bedroom flat where you can use as a holiday home as well. But hopefully, you know, you'd get a good rental yield on that as well.
So you're being very realistic. You're not expecting a villa and a swimming pool. No. Whereas I suppose in some countries you could get that just about for your 70k.
Absolutely. And we're talking about France and Germany at the moment. Are you swaying one way or the other at the moment?
I might be swaying towards France just because I've spent more time there and I've lived there for a year, so...
You actually lived in France?
I did, yeah.
Where did you live in France?
Near the Alps, Grenoble.
Very nice. And what about you, Dylan? Yeah.
Possibly Germany, actually. I went over there last summer for the World Cup, and it was almost by accident that I started looking at a few properties there because I went with a friend that was interested as well. And I was quite impressed with what your money can get you over there. So.
Well, yeah, because Germany's actually had a bit of a lull lately, and it's very good time to go in and buy in Germany. I think with 70k in France, you're going to have to look inland at a property that needs serious renovation. But it'd be interesting today to see what we can get for your investment. In a perfect world, Helen, what would you like the property to have?
Well, it'd be nice to be somewhere on the coast, I think, in south of France. I think you do have to be realistic with our budget, though, so spacious, one bed.
Well, actually, I think for 70k on one of the coastal towns, you could possibly, in Nice, get somewhere either on a third floor, because the French do not like their stairs. You could probably get quite a nice attic apartment for that price, but we'll see what's on offer today.
See, Helen's veering towards France. I like Helen. I think I'm going to be with
in Germany,
Helen
you
in
could
this
get
one.
something much bigger, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, there you go. Well, now I think it's about time the guys saw exactly what these countries have to offer. First up, France. Now, when it comes to Francais, what can one say? It's a luscious land of great beauty and culture, and a place that most encapsulates all these treasures is the glamorous Côte d'Azur. With its verdant valleys and crystal clear waters, it's this country's tropical playground. The inviting waters of the Med are perfect for anyone with sea legs. From nautical novices to seasoned sea dogs, there's always a boating pursuit to suit. Now, after our hard days avoiding the rocks, how about having a tall drink on the rocks at a beachside bar where you can shoot the summer breeze? And after you've suitably chilled out, then a stroll through one of the many local food markets will give you an idea how much pride this nation takes in its food. But when the sun goes down, it's time now for rock of the musical variety, and it makes the perfect accompaniment to dinner. Then, after the plates have been cleared away, it's on to dance the night away with the beautiful people like Toyah Willcox. This area may be all dressed up with high-class casinos, but for the canny property investor, you're unlikely to lose your shirt here. Go with France, is what I say. What do you think of that? Côte d'Azur's got to be good, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Toyah, you've got a place there.
Yeah, but you are talking about a pretty expensive piece of the European continent there. But as I said, I think you could get something quite comfortably in a town. But anyway, we'll see. That's quite enough of France for now. I think it's time to have a look at what Germany has to offer. Now, Germany is the beating economic heart of Europe, and a shining beacon of this prosperity is Berlin. The vibrancy of this city is abundantly clear in the modern Potsdamer Platz and the redesigned Reichstag, deftly done by Sir Norman Foster, don't you know. But it's not just the modern architecture that draws the crowds. There's the incongruous needle-like television tower that stands as a testimony of past East-West competition. However, the most famous remnants of this city's divided past has to be the Berlin Wall and Checkpoint Charlie, where once upon a time you'd have been sure of a distinctly cold reception. But after a hard day's history hunting, you're always sure of a warm welcome in a beer keller, where the sampling of the world-famous beers can lead to raucous nights in this 24-hour city. But if beer isn't your thing, then there are always the absinthe bars that hold a distinctly different atmosphere. With all its multitude of attractions and low property prices, this epic city is surely an epicenter for the shrewd property investor. I think that is a really interesting choice of investment, because Germany economically has been a little bit low lately. It means it's the best time to get in there. Would you agree?
Definitely, yes. From when I went out there, I could see that it's the sort of thing that had a buzz about it, but it's starting to have
And
a
it's a
buzz.
young city as well. It might not have the kind of glitz and glamour of the Côte d'Azur, but it definitely is a young person's place. I live there.
She's desperately trying to talk it out. Now then, Dylan and Helen are looking to come to an agreement on an overseas property purchase. But before any decision can be made, they have some questions that they need answering. So we put their questions to our experts. Helen, I believe you wanted to know how easy it is to communicate, is that right, in the countries?
That's right, how widely English is spoken with agents and in banks, for example.
Well, we've done some in-depth research this, and France is the place to be, definitely. It's common for foreigners in many countries, particularly the UK, to use an agent in their own country who works with one or more French agents. A number of French agents have English-speaking staff, which is good, especially those who advertise on the internet. Now, the staff in most major bank branches are likely to be able to do business in English, and now in rural France it can be difficult to get by without some local lingo. My family actually own a house near Bordeaux. It's very rural there, and they speak no English whatsoever. So if you're going to go there, it's good to have a little bit of French, but you speak French anyway, you say?
Okay, well, in Berlin, I lived there for 2 years in 1991, and I found it quite difficult to find English-speaking people there, but it's changed because the internet is the English language of the world. So in Germany, you are going to find a lot of English-speaking people. When you're dealing with an estate agent or a bank, it's very likely you're going to find a good English speaker. That said, you know the importance of learning the local language, I'm sure.
Dylan, you got another question for us?
Yes, I just wanted to find out how risky it would be if I was to buy there. Obviously, a lot of people in the UK used to bought properties here, but they don't know the first thing about...
You've got to protect your deposit.
Exactly, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, in France, estate agents should provide a financial guarantee for at